The stadium's going crazy. They're playing super hard. There's beef. Isaiah Stewart is sitting on the bench like a caged lion right now when he saw the fights going on. What's funny is that when both of the fights went on in game three, the camera panned to him both times. I'm not joking. This happened within the span of the last 20 minutes. It's so funny. And I wanted to say it during the other conversation, but I was just going to hold it for now. But you can tell this dude is just like a lion in the cage, and they're just hitting the cage with a stick.
All right, GMLB family, welcome back to another episode of Good Morning Let's Basketball. First and foremost, GMLB family, we've noticed that our reels have been getting a lot more views. So if you're a viewer that has come from our reels, we thank you for playing along at home. We appreciate every single one of you. And you know what, Victor and Kev, why don't you guys just welcome those fans to the pod, because they do a lot for the podcast, and I just want to make sure that we interpret their presence. We make sure we know they're there.
Welcome to the show. Venmo me.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and showing a lot of love to the reels. We've been getting a lot of good comments. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys like our content. Hopefully we can continue to keep doing this for you guys. We really enjoy doing it. So I'm glad we're here. You guys are here.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure we acknowledge your presence. That was the word I was looking for. Oh my gosh, Paul Reed is trying to fight Karl Anthony Towns as I speak. It's currently game 3 of Pistons Knicks at the time of recording.
Dude.
And we got some stuff going on. We got some stuff popping in the background here.
Dude, he set a screen on Asar Thompson earlier and just straight up like popped him in the face. Like did like one of those, and it didn't get called. Asar started bleeding. They had to plug his nose. Like that is pissing me off this game.
It's almost, I could tell these two teams don't like each other, but I feel like if it was at the level of Bucks Pacers between these two teams, I think someone would get sent to the hospital if these two teams hated each other as much as those two teams did. But speaking of the NBA playoffs, guess what? We're finally here to talk about the NBA playoffs. We've been delaying it for like the last 3 weeks. Now that they've started and we're on game 3s, it's time to finally talk about them. Today, we're going to be talking about the series that are close, that are either tied 1-1. I think all these are actually 1-1 now. Yeah, all these series are 1-1. We don't want to talk about any 2-0. Cleveland, Boston, OKC. We're not trying to talk about those matchups. Let's be honest. Who wants to hear someone talk about the Miami Heat? I'm sorry if you're a Heat fan. We simply do not care over at this show. So we're going to talk 4 series today. We got Clippers, Nuggets, an absolute, as you saw by the thumbnail, one of the greatest first-round series I've seen in recent history. After that, we'll go Knicks, Pistons, which is currently on right now. So if something starts popping off, you will hear me talk about it, live react to it. Then we got Warriors, Rockets after that, and then finally Lakers, Timberwolves. So, fellas, let's just get into it. Let's just go right into it. Let's start off with Clippers, Nuggets. Fellas, is this the best first-round series we've seen in a long time?
This might be, man. This is really good basketball. The first game was amazing. When I turned it on after, I believe, was it the Bucks and Pacers game? That was the first game. That was a good game. And then this one played right after it. And it was like, I saw a meme. It was like absolute cinema. And that's what this series has been the whole time.
2 games in. I don't know if I want to give it that title yet. But game 3 is tonight at 10 o'clock. I will be going to bed late and be tired at work just so I can watch game 3. I really don't want to miss a game in this series because it's been everything I've been hoping. If you guys saw our video last week, how I preached that the Clippers might be the second best team in the Western Conference under the rug. And they're kind of showing for it. They could be up 2-0. They could be up 2-0, actually. Game 1, they had a lot of turnovers and got killed on the glass. That ultimately led to them blowing the lead in the fourth quarter. This team could definitely be up 2-0. So far, the
Mhm.
series has been great, and I'm glad it's panning out that way because I had a lot of high hopes for the Clippers and for this series in general when the playoffs started.
It's almost like they've won 6 out of the 8 quarters they've played. Well, I guess they played 9, so they've won 7 of the 9 quarters they've played. It really was a travesty that they blew that lead in Denver, man. I hate to see that. Um, but let's talk about some storylines developing. Michael Porter Jr. is on a max contract, fellas. Let's not forget. Game one absolutely disappeared. Was literally played off the floor. Played only 26 minutes when the rest of the starting lineup was playing upwards of 40 and had 3 points and 4 rebounds. uh, he came back game two, had 15 rebounds, played a little better, made more of an impact, played 33 minutes this time. Um, what's the temperature on Michael Porter Jr.? What should we expect, do you guys think? I feel like he is the biggest X factor outside of like Christian Brown for the Nuggets.
Really?
The Nuggets, yeah, I mean, I'll have to agree, but honestly, he's going to have to do a little bit more than just score if he's going to want to have to be on the floor and help his team win the game. Yeah, I feel like he was given a max contract and re-signed to this team to be like a scorer, I guess. But having Jokic and having Jamal Murray, especially Jamal Murray, notoriously known for popping off in the playoffs, we're gonna have to see a little bit more from him. He might have to sit in the chair a little bit and play some D, which I don't know if he's like fully capable of. But if you want to find some minutes on the floor, he's gonna have to find ways to help his team win. That's not just shooting 40% or 30.
Yeah, and I think Jokic even had a quote about like they asked him about the Michael Porter Jr. and he was saying if you're not going to be engaged right now, then you're not supposed to be playing this sport. It's kind of a little bit out of context, but I mean when it's high stakes in the moments like playoffs like this, you have to be ready for these moments and you have to be ready. And if honestly, if you're not playing as best as you can and there's another guy on the bench that's playing better than you, why not put that guy in? And I think David Adelman made the right call doing that. They won game one, pushed it to OT. So I mean, whoever has a hot hand for the Nuggets right now, I think they should just keep riding that because it's going to be a tough series for them.
Yeah, no doubt. My thing is like we obviously know Jokic is a great player. He should be the MVP. I think consensus on this podcast, we think Jokic should win the MVP. 7 turnovers in game two. What were they doing, fellas, that was forcing these turnovers? What'd you guys see?
Well, we know Big Zoo is the only player in the league to hold Jokic under 45%. I think they're just being really active defensively, the Clippers. Not they just look so like in tune with each other and within the game, both offensively and defensively. Not to shy away from the defensive part of the conversation, but offensively, game one, like the ball was moving so well through everybody. Even when Kawhi wasn't playing that great, getting the ball to the middle, having one of the cutters on the back, they're just really in tune right now, and it seems like they're playing together. And I feel like Clippers fans haven't really seen this in a while, having the big names that they've had kind of, I don't want to say bumping heads, but not really working together. For once, it
Mhm.
kind of seems like everybody's roles like really established on this team. And when you have that backed by a good head coach, good things happen.
How much of this is also like the high? Am I lagging? Okay. Sorry. I opened ESPN. Not a good idea if you're my computer because then I start getting destroyed in the CPU department. But how much of that is the hiring of Jeff Van Gundy too? Absolutely revolutionized this Clippers defense. I think especially after losing Paul George, how many people coming into the season actually thought the Clippers would be basically top 5 for the entire season in defense? I never saw that coming. And you could call me naive if you did see that coming, but I don't think I think I speak for the majority in saying like no one saw them coming out and being one of the best defensive teams in the league all year and like identifying with defense,
No,
even
nobody
without
did.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, a lot of people counted them out this year. I think a lot of us included on the pod, but for their defense to be very, very good this season and even going into the playoffs, I would say they're a top three defense. Jeff Van Gundy, dude, he has been tremendous for them. I don't know if you guys been watching him on the sidelines when they're on defense. He is standing up. He is like yelling stuff out to the players on the court, and he's really active during the games. And he's revolutionized that defense for them, man. I think there was a quote earlier in the season from Ty Lue saying that if they play bad defense, Jeff can't sleep that night that they played bad defense.
Definitely why brother was hired. GVD doesn't mess around. I mean, back when he used to commentate games, just that seemed to be all he would really talk about was the defense being played in the game and how many 3-pointers were being shot by each team. I kind of miss him as a commentator because he had no filter. And whenever someone would say something, he would just straight up be, no, that's not right. You're wrong.
That's
So
true. That's true.
you can tell he's like a little bit of a psycho. And you kind of need that in a defensive coach. That's what I would like, at least. So this dude doesn't put up with any slack or like any type of off night in that department. And this team definitely needed it because they have a lot of talented defenders on this team, and it would be unfortunate if it went to waste.
Kevin, I want to talk about one of your favorite players on the pod. One of your favorite players of all time, Kawhi Leonard. Vintage Kawhi Leonard coming back after that amazing 2019 run. It seems like we're getting some flashbacks. So game 1, right? 7 costly turnovers. 7 turnovers he had that pretty much shifted the game, including at the end when he got the ball poked away from him. I don't remember who poked the ball from him. Was that Jamal Murray? Or was it? I think it was Jamal Murray that poked it away from him. 7 turnovers in game 1. He was a -2 for the game. 22 points, right? He shot 9 for 15, so had a pretty decent offensive game, but 7 turnovers were forced. And that's the Nuggets defense. We're not talking like stellar top of the league defense here. So they definitely gave him problems. But game 2, man, game 2, 39 points, 15 for 19 shooting. He only missed 4 shots, along with 2 steals, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Like, what a turnaround, man. If he plays like that, how in trouble are the Nuggets?
Very much so. I mean, when you got Kawhi doing that stuff, really just turning back the clock, I don't see the Nuggets having a chance, to be honest. One of the things I kind of thought of after game 1 is if LA just limits their turnovers and doesn't get killed on the glass, if they just rebound decently, they'll 100% beat the Nuggets, which is kind of crazy to say. And I kind of hate to say it because I do like this Nuggets team. I'm a big fan of Jokic and a lot of the guys on the team, but they're just really dialed and they're playing really great right now. Like you kind of said, they won like 7 of the 9 quarters that they've played so far against Denver. They're just so in tune, and right now they just look like the way better team. And if you have your best player, like your anchor that you haven't had all year, putting together performances like this, and he's had a lot of performances this year where he's had like high-scoring 30-point games and looked like vintage Kawhi. I mean, not only Denver, but I think a lot of teams are in trouble.
I saw something about Kawhi, like just putting on a red jersey is making him think he's back on the Raptors. And dude, watching game 2, that dude could not miss. He put up 39, 4 for 7 from 3, and then 15 for 19 from the field. Bro had an absolute great game. But one thing I wanted to talk about was Big Zoo. I really like what they're doing with Zubats, man. That pick and roll with Harden, and then if he doesn't cut fully, he stops at kind of like a little bit above the free throw line, and then one of the one guy from the corner would either run baseline. It would be either Chris Dunn or Kawhi would do it sometimes, or Derrick Jones Jr. And I really love that play that they do.
Yeah, they're just they're really spreading out the bottom layer of that Nuggets defense. I know in game one, dude, in game one, I don't think the Clippers took a tough shot the entire first quarter. Like I legitimately think that every shot they took was a wide open three or a layup. And it was because of Zoo's, I mean, just I don't even know if you call it a high caliber passing ability because he's on the free throw line and he's not making tough passes. Like these are they're just wide open players. So
Yeah.
I mean, that play, I know exactly what play you're talking about, and it's very simple, but it's also executed so properly that they're getting pretty much everything they want out of it.
Yeah. Honestly, he's like aware enough to make those plays. He's not just I know he looks like a big dumb center, but he's not. The reason why it gets opened up so much too is because they usually like feed him early and kind of establish that low post game early. They kind of just feed him. I think the first two games he scored like what the first 6 points. I think game one he scored like the first eight, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh my god, he's going insane. And then once they brought him up a little bit, you kind of have to respect them. This dude just scored 6 to 8 straight points, and that just opens it up so much more. So establishing that low post like they've been doing has really gotten them off to like hot starts in games one and two. And they'd be stupid to go away from that.
Yeah. Um, so let's talk James Harden. Initially, going off what I said last pod, I said that it's very possible James Harden can have be be problematic when being guarded by like Christian Brown, right? I was wrong. I was very wrong. I was not expecting this version of Harden, to be honest with you. I was expecting a Harden that's submitted to Kawhi, and in some ways he does. But game one, 32 points, led the entire Clippers in scoring, led the whole game, the highest score of the game. Game two, only 18 points, shot 4 for 11 from three. So again, up and down with him. I don't necessarily think he's getting a lot of problems caused. I mean, they are sending doubles at him as he passes half court here and there, and I think that's a good adjustment made by David Adelman. But fellas, what do we expect to see game three from Harden? This is something I'm super interested in because I don't really know what kind of game to expect, especially if Kawhi and Zoo get it going early. What are you guys predicting for Harden's stats for game three and why?
I go 22, 12, and 5.
Why?
I think it's right in the middle. He had 32, and then the other game he had 18. So I think he's gonna get a little bit in the middle of the points, and then he's always killing it on assists. He's always a playmaker. I actually betted on him to get a double double the first game that cashed. So
Stat line. Huh. Man. I mean, if Kawhi and Zoop get it going, if they get hard and get going all on the same page, then it's really over. It's over for everybody.
Yeah.
So you better be careful what you wish for. I'll um I'll say he'll get 20 tonight with 9 assists. If dude can
Okay.
just be a playmaker, that's really all they need. And they don't need him to be 2016 Harden. People haven't needed that for a while. And like this is Harden's best chance to win a championship in the best chance he's had in a long time. He's not getting any younger. It might be one of his last actual years to go out there and win a ship. Him and Kawhi are kind of the years are catching up, you can tell. And obviously knowing how old they are. I feel like he's locked in and everyone's really taking it serious. They have a legitimate chance to win this year. It's good to see because LA Clippers are kind of like the meme team of the NBA and of LA, of course. So it's fine. It's almost time. If it's a year, it's this year, I think.
Yeah. Last thing I want to cover here before we move on, fellas, who would we be if we didn't talk about Russell Westbrook? What a polar performance in game one. He almost cost them the game, but then also won them the game. So sent them to overtime with the three pointer, right? And then absolutely botched the last play to win it. Didn't even get a shot off. And then we go into overtime and he gets the steal in game one, right? Game two, game two, Russell Westbrook. I'm just gonna read his box score here. 14 points off the bench, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 5 for 11. So pretty solid game for a role player. 23 minutes. He was a -7. Uh, I mean, they lost the game, so like he did have the lowest plus minus on the team. So I mean, I guess that does kind of say something if it was the lowest on the team. But fellas, what do we expect from Russell Westbrook this game? Which version of Westbrook are we gonna get? Are we gonna get the game one Westbrook or the game two Westbrook?
It's funny because Daniel did say, I'll give him props here, which I don't do. So in this damn moment, he did say something pretty good. He said Westbrook is either going to help you or hurt you. Sometimes he does both. And in game one, he damn well did both. Ultimately, he helped them get a win. He's a wild card, yes. First playoff game in the Intuit Dome. The wall is going to go crazy. The stadium is going to go wild. I think we're going to get a good reckless Westbrook tonight. Diving in the stands, diving on the floor, maybe knock over a child. Clippers by 20.
Dude, I think Westbrook has been good for them at this playoffs, and I remember texting in the group chat when that final play happened before the fourth quarter, or before the fourth quarter ended, and it went to Westbrook for that three. We were all like, "Oh, it's gonna go to this guy." I think Miles was like, "It's gonna go to Jamal Murray," and then Westbrook shot it, and I texted, I was like, "Dude, I did not expect that to be the play." Um, and he hit it, man. I mean, he has the confidence right now. Jokic was like asked on his confidence, and he said his confidence. I think he has the biggest confidence in this matchup, and he's one of those players that's stepping up for the Nuggets right now, and that's what they need.
It's almost an advantage because that steal he got to seal game one was because he knew what out of bounds play they were running because he was on the Clippers last season. So that's why he got the steal, he said, which is so funny. He said he knew the play. That's just unfortunate if you're the Clippers. It's like
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook cheats your play. But I mean, it is an advantage. Because
Yeah.
like Russell Westbrook knows your plays, but you don't, as the Clippers, you don't know what kind of Westbrook you're going to play against. So it's like, I think Westbrook holds the chips there. But here's something I wanted to just touch on real quick. Game one, how do you guys think Russell Westbrook played 1 to 10? Just give me it straight up.
uh,
7.
I was gonna say 7.5.
Did you guys know in game one, he shot 5 for 17 from the field? The Russell Westbrook effect.
That's what I was saying.
Overall,
Like,
played like a 7 while also being simultaneously bad. It's
shooting
crazy.
wise, not great, but like I said, the dude just has so much freaking energy and plays hard. It's almost feels wrong to say he played bad.
The amount of offensive
No,
rebounds he got too in the fourth
exactly.
and in overtime,
Like he,
unreal.
like he really does do a lot.
Yeah. He grabbed 4 offensive rebounds, dude, in that final 2 quarters. That was nuts.
Yeah. Like where Russell Westbrook was years ago, where this dude was getting MVP of the league, averaging triple doubles. He's doing the stuff that nobody wants to do right now. He's doing the blue collar work.
Yeah.
And big ups because this dude could be like a drama queen and could be like, nah, I want my own team. I want to be the leader. But he's like, nah, I'm not that guy anymore.
So, who do we got real quick? Game 3 prediction. We got Nuggets or Clippers, and by how much?
I said mine earlier, but I'll say it again because y'all don't think I'm serious. Clips by 20.
Okay.
I got Clippers by 7.
Okay. I'm gonna take. Yeah. You know what? I wanted to take Nuggets just to give a different perspective on the pod, but first game at the Intuit Dome, Kawhi's coming off an insane performance. I think I'm going to give Clips by like 6 or 7. I'm not confident that Jamal Murray and Cask can bounce back. I didn't say Jokic because we already know Jokic is going to perform. So it's kind of on the other guys. I don't have confidence they'll bounce back this game. I think it's going to take one more. But all right, let's move on to as Eastern Conference merchants, GMLB pod. Uh, all fans of Eastern Conference teams. We're going to have to talk about Knicks Pistons. Is this the second best first round series?
Dude, it's up there. Like, I have the game on in the background too, just like you, Miles. And I'm trying not to pay attention because I want to like be here and be present where we're working right now.
Yeah.
But the
We have
stadium
our
is going
clock.
berserk and
Did you
the
see
game
that
is insane.
THJ
Dude,
3?
yeah, I saw that. And dude, Ron Holland got an insane chase down block on Mikal Bridges. And it made me so happy. Dude, I don't know what it is. I can't stand this Knicks team. I don't know what it is. I can't watch Jalen Brunson anymore. Never really liked Cat. Josh Hart sucks. Bridges is even worse. I can't stand this Knicks team anymore for whatever reason. It's just I don't know.
Ball
I
Game
don't know
Pod is
what it is.
shaking in their boots right now. Shaking in
It's
their
just
boots.
am I being a hater? Yeah, that's what I do best. But like just want to see the Pistons win, dude. Them being in like my favorite team, the Chicago Bulls division, and also an Eastern Conference team, yeah, it might sound weird, but dude, like it would just be so exciting
Yeah.
if they won. And like the stadium's going crazy. They're playing super hard. There's beef. Isaiah Stewart is sitting on the bench like a caged lion right now when he saw the fights going on. What's funny is that when both of the fights went on in game 3, camera panned to him both times. I'm not joking. This happened within the span of the last 20 minutes. It's so funny. And I wanted to say it during the other conversation, but I was just going to hold it for now. But you can tell this dude is just like a lion in the cage and they're just hitting the cage with a stick.
Yeah, seeing Stu in a suit, dude, he's probably man, he's got the bald fists. He's just shaking,
Yeah.
bro. He wants to go scrap.
That dude's got smoke coming out his ears right now, dude.
Dude, that was a perfect like analogy, bro. Oh man.
Yeah.
He wants to be out there. He wants
And we
nothing
want
more.
him. We want him out there, man. He's
Of course we
reviving
do.
the NBA. We got a whole
Of
episode
course
on
we do.
Beef Stew.
We do. I hope the Pistons win so they like somehow match up with Indy. And then that's a game we can go to because I will buy a ticket to that game.
Isaiah Stewart and Miles Turner have beef over Legos. Don't forget earlier in the season.
Over Legos, yeah. And like when earlier this season when Beef Stew got ejected from a Pacers game in Indy and he was doing like the gun thing to Halliburton like this. It's so funny. Dude, he needs to be out there. The NBA needs it. But a little bit more into the series. I mean, dude, Pistons, just the jump they've made, extremely well done. The series is extremely entertaining. Game 1, this is another series where a team could be up 2-0. Tim Hardaway or Malik Beasley and Tobias Harris played good in game 1. The vets. The young guys, not so much. But you threw me off,
Sorry.
Dick. Let me just do that real quick.
My bad. The follow-up didn't quite go through. I'll carry on though. For anyone wondering, I say we just keep this in. I texted Kevin, "Hey Kev, turn your mic down," but I decided to text him in the middle of his thought. That was not a good decision by me. Great podcasting. My fault, Kevin. All right, I'll pick up.
And then Victor felt the need to.
Yeah,
Oh,
Victor,
I was already
after
in
we
the mid-
already did.
I was in the middle of typing it.
I think I remember where I was. But do I? Oh, yeah. Vets for Detroit played good in game 1. New guys didn't play so great. Is it acceptable? Kinda. I mean, those younger guys, this is like the first NBA team they've been on that's like even decent. So maybe they're shaking their boots a little bit. They were under the bright lights in New York in the Garden. It's fine. It happens. Game two, they came out and they looked really good. Got the dub. My initial thought was Jalen Duren's going to get played off the court this series, and he hasn't been so far, which is decent. He had a double double last game. As long as he does his thing, I think they'll be solid. But I do really like this series.
Mhm.
Yeah, the series has been good, but the one thing I can't stand, like, and you said it earlier, was Jalen Brunson, dude. It was so hard watching him just foul bait every time, bro. I thought they got rid of that damn rule. What
What's
happened?
what's harder to look at is his receding hairline from his braids. It's shit's getting bad. That stuff's getting bad. My apologies. But
Uh,
like,
Go ahead.
no, that was it.
The Pistons are playing 5v8, bro.
Yeah, me and Vic were on Discord and I pointed out the entire I'm sure you guys have seen this now, but noticing this in game, the entire fourth quarter is just a Jalen Brunson show. I'm not convinced that Tibbs is a good coach. Like we already know how much mileage these guys have, and they traded 7 first round picks for Cat and Mikal Bridges just to not take a shot in the fourth quarter of the game. Cat, I don't think Cat took a shot since like 9:15 left in the third in game one.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we doing? Like, or no, I'm sorry, this was game two when the Knicks lost. It's just like, and we saw that like the sets they ran from the dead balls. One of the sets that comes to mind is when Jalen Brunson had the wide open three to tie it. Like Tibbs drew that setup. Why can we not just draw like run sets? Why is it literally just Jalen Brunson isoing and foul baiting? And it's so frustrating seeing so much talent just go in the absolute like trash can. Right to the incinerator, not even the trash can. It's like, why do we have all these players out here? You might as well put Precious Achua in with Cat and Mitchell Robinson because all they're going to do is grab rebounds. Like they're not going to shoot the ball. It's just pick Jalen Brunson. He's gonna either deny the screen or let the screen roll to the basket and pull it back out for an isolation. It's like it's just so frustrating. The Knicks have no offense, bro.
Yeah, it kind of surprises me how they like made it this far. Like the East must suck because they're a third seed, but they don't suck. But either way, I was talking to one of my colleagues from Detroit, big Pistons guy. I believe he's at the game tonight actually, and he was saying like, is Jalen Brunson a big enough star to get these foul calls? And I was like, he's not, but he does. He gets like the Giannis foul calls, the Shea foul calls, the Jokic and LeBron. I'll throw them in there too because you aura creeps are gonna come at me. So yeah, I'll throw Jokic and LeBron in there too. But yeah, dude, it just gets annoying. I just saw Cat pointing and talking trash. I imagine he's on it zesty. But that's another reason I can't stand it. I'm starting to get mad.
The thing here is like Brunson is also like I when me and Vic were on Discord watching the game, I compared him to a bulldog. He just puts his head down and just runs into you. Like it's not even with the intricacy of like Shea or the other foul merchants that you mentioned. It's like this guy is just straight up creating all of the contact and getting the calls. It is the most frustrating thing to watch. And I want the Pistons to win, but I'm really not rooting for either team. It's really, I'm just neutral here. But dude, it is so frustrating watching him just put his head down, play bully ball, and then when he doesn't get a call, he's sitting there like with his hands up complaining. It's like, bro, you're the one creating all the contact.
It's like what I hate when he does is he'll beat somebody and then he'll do like the side dribble to like go into him. When you've beaten them, go score. I hate that stuff. And he
Yeah.
gets that call every time. I was like, dude, you beat somebody and you still insist on doing like the side dribble to go into them and then they do like the stupid looking floater. I hate that so much. He gets that call all
Yeah.
the time. I can't stand it. But man, like if Detroit pulls this off, it'll be so funny. For like what you
I,
said earlier. A lot of first round picks were traded to get this team going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact like how many I believe it is the Pistons have beat the Knicks 7 out of the 8 quarters they played. And
Yeah.
I honestly think the Pistons are gonna win the series, man. The-
My thing is, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, dude, we've talked about, the Knicks offense has just been terrible to watch. The Pistons have been fun, man. Cade's been he had a all right first game. He had a double double, but
Stinker.
didn't.
Stinker. It
Yeah, I
wasn't
know
all right. It was
it was
bad.
it was all right. It was his first playoff game. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well,
Bounce
let's not
back.
lie. It was bad. 8 for 21, -6. That's not a good game. But keep going.
Um, Game two had a bounce back. Tobias Harris was playing great. Dennis Schroeder, we talked about on Discord, been playing good for
What a
them.
Such a culture move. Fits perfect. Dennis Schroeder has always been like underrated, one of my favorite hoopers in the league. And Vic saw me, he heard me firsthand just going absolutely berserk every time Dennis Schroeder hit a shot in clutch time. I mean, he hit the three-pointer first in game 2 and then went to the line and put him away. I'm like, dude, this guy's like he literally took over. He didn't start. He had 20 points, 6 for 10 shooting. Also, Vic, I think you undersold Cade twice. The first game was really bad. You undersold it. The second game, it wasn't just really good. He had a triple double. He had 33, 11, and 12. Or I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. He did not have a triple double. I was reading the offensive or the defensive rebound and rebound. But 33 and 12, he had a double double is what I meant. But on this time, it was on 50% shooting. So much more efficient, absolutely carrying the load, 10 for 12 from the line, +5. Um, what a great game, man. Asar Thompson's foul trouble, though. That's the other thing with this Pistons team. Asar Thompson simply cannot stay in the game to give Jalen Brunson problems. When he is guarding him, he does give Brunson problems, but he's just getting foul baited, bro. He literally 5 fouls in the first game, fouled out of the second game. It sucks, dude. Like I wish we could just see those two go at it the entire game because he's clearly giving Brunson problems.
Yeah. That's what's like tricky about like defensive specialists going for all those rebounds, going for the blocks and steals. It's kind of sometimes the younger guys get a little trigger happy with it and they find themselves, especially like being in the playoffs at this young of an age and like the role he has on the team. He just got another foul. Anyways, on guess who? On wow, it's it's poetry. But yeah, one thing I wanted to go back to because I don't ever want people to skip over this or forget. Dennis Schroeder turned down 80 million to get 4 million. That did happen. Don't forget. Hooper, not a good negotiator.
Bro
It's because
got
he's got a
traded like
German accent.
bro got traded like 6 times this season. I can't remember what the number was, but at least he found a home.
Wasn't he on the Warriors?
Yeah,
He
he was
got
on the
traded.
Nets, Warriors, Raptors, and Thunder. Or I'm sorry, not Thunder, and Pistons.
He was on the
Was the
Thunder
Raptors
once.
this season? Was the Raptors this season? Raptors might have been last season. I know for sure he was Nets, Warriors, and Pistons this season.
Yeah. He was in the Warriors for like what, a week?
But
It was like
they did
it
trade him
was
multiple times during the deadline though.
yeah, but does that really count as being on a team? That doesn't
Yes.
really count.
Hey,
No, it counts if you
we count
play,
the
if you
mellow
play
on
for
the
the team.
Hawks.
Yeah, Melo got the tribute on the Hawks.
Yeah.
The tribute post. It counts.
So do we count DeAndre Ayton on the Pacers then too? Do we
I
count that
forgot
one?
about that.
So they really
Or
matched the contract.
DeAndre Jordan on the Mavericks the first time before he decided to re-sign with the Clippers after committing to the Mavs.
That was really funny.
But yeah, this series, man, what a grit and grind series. Landry Shamit's getting minutes. He dropped 5 trillion. 5 minutes, zeros across the board. Um, yeah, you traded Julius Randle and assets for Cat just for him to put up 10 points and be a negative 10 in game two. Only takes 11 shots. Wow. What a move. Shout out Tibbs offense, man. Then you traded, how many picks was it for Mikal Bridges? Like 4 or 5? Something like
It was
that.
5.
5 picks for Mikal Bridges. He had 8 points, minus 16 in a win. He was minus 16 in a win. Do you know how hard that is to do? The rest of the starters were like plus 20s. He was minus 16, 8 points, only took 9 shots. Great use of the stars there.
That's pretty wild.
Cameron Payne was a plus 23. like, like, come on.
Campaign's haircut pick is tough.
So what else
So
have we seen, fellas?
Grit, 80s, 90s basketball. That's what a commentator said last night about the Warriors and Rockets series. They're like, this is like the 80s and 90s. And I was like, you just had to say that. It's literally not at all. Like they see like a little bit of aggression. They'll be like, yeah, this is basketball.
I saw Jalen. I
I'm
saw
like, no,
Jalen
this is
Green.
murder.
I saw Jalen Green and Curry go down, and Curry he put his hand on Green's shoulder, hyped him up, got up, and then patted him on the back, and then Jalen Green gave him a couple smacks on the butt, like no beef whatsoever. Complete compliments towards each other after going down for a loose ball. That is like the complete opposite of Knicks, Pistons, Bucks, Pacers. Like the
yeah.
complete opposite. It was nothing but encouragement on a jump ball that went to the floor. Like, come on. At least talk trash. You know what I mean? Like, why are we hyping each other up? We're trying to win, bro. I'm trying to see some beef. Like, that's what makes the playoffs fun. Not Brunson, though.
Yeah, not Brunson. I mean, he was driving down the court right now, completely put his hand out and grabbed Asar's jersey. Asar got called for the foul.
So
The NBA is not going to let the Pistons win. Like, you guys know that. Like, they're not going to let the Pistons win, unfortunately. I pray to God they do because I can't stand it. Again, the amount of times I see Jalen Brunson at the free throw line where they zoom in on him and I see his stupid face, they just did it again. It just makes me so mad.
He only has 9 points tonight. They're doing much better on him. He's averaging 36 between games one and two, but he's also shooting every shot. He took 27 shots in game one and then took 27 shots in game two as well. He took 27 shots in both games.
How do you shoot 27 shots in a basketball game?
Yeah, and Mikal Bridges shoots 9. and Cat shoots 10. It's like, dude, what are we doing?
Cat really only shoots in like the first quarter too. It's funny. Like, that's
then,
it. Like that's like, all right, you've taken your shots today, bud. Give it to the coach's son.
we need the cat at the beginning of the season when bro was dropping like 20 and 20 games.
It's because they passed him the ball. Let's be honest.
Because
Yeah.
they
He
ran an
doesn't get the
offense.
ball.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
it's
know
not
what
even that
happened.
it's not even that he's not shooting. It's that he's not touching the rock to shoot the ball.
Dude, Asar
You see
really
that?
is living rent free. He's getting picked up full court by OG.
Yeah, you saw him just grab his arm and foul him at 94 feet.
Yeah. Hey, he missed the free throw, so it was a good play. Good foul.
Yeah, we continue to live coverage Knicks Pistons because this is clearly the series that we care about most. Despite the or did I say Clips Pistons? I meant Knicks Pistons. Despite Clips Nuggets being in the thumbnail, we do care more about the Knicks Pistons series. So we will continue to live coverage this game as we go through the pod. But fellas, let's move into the next series. I don't even know if we're gonna have time for Lakers Timberwolves at this point. I feel like that series has been covered so much. All right, let's get into the next series. I did preface this episode saying we were going to talk about Lakers Timberwolves, but I don't think we're going to make it that far. I really don't think we're going to make it that far. I feel like that series has been covered by everyone else. It's probably the most talked about series because it's LeBron and Luca. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. If we get there, we get there. If we don't, we don't. Let's talk Warriors Rockets, fellas. 1-1. Warriors get absolutely pounded at in Houston last night. Brendan Pod's food poisoning How big of a factor was that into the loss? This is such a meme question. I
He
don't
took
know
that
why I asked this.
he took that like spin around mid range jumper that was nothing but board, and I saw it and I was like, holy Christ! And then they were like, Pajemski playing a little bit under the weather today, and I was like, you don't say. I was like, no, he does that when he's healthy.
Bro ate pizza.
Oh, yeah.
But dude, did you guys see that? Like, okay, so they lost Jimmy Butler, and then in the middle of the game, Fred was talking crap to Draymond, and he was like, "Y'all better pray that you guys have Jimmy Butler next game."
Is that is that tough? Is that good trash talk? Y'all better hope you have your best player next game. Doesn't that kind of seem like, okay, hear me out on this. Doesn't that kind of seem like, hey, we can only beat you when you don't have him? Isn't that kind of what that sounds like? I
A
don't
little
think
In
bit.
that's
a way,
hard.
like in a way, yes, but I think the way he pitched it is the only chance you have is with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't proper trash talk just being like, you guys don't have, like, you guys won't win a game, another game, Butler or not? I feel like opening the door for like interpretation that, hey, we could win still with Jimmy Butler is not good trash talk. That might be just me though. Like, I would never say like, if me and Victor, or if we were 2-on-2, me and Daniel, you and Vic, and I was like, y'all better hope Vic's not here next game. It was like, what does that mean? You know, I don't know. I might be
It
tripping. I
means
might be
Kevin needs
overthinking.
me.
It's like,
Put the text in
ah,
there.
um,
Yeah, you're
Screen,
stupid.
screenshot the group chat of Victor's message on last Saturday, and we'll see who needs who.
bro, it's just ironic, bro.
Uh,
I got all the answers.
yeah,
Why was it that week I got the answers?
yeah.
We'll drop that in there. But this series is it kind of sucks that like yeah, this series is 1-1, but both games were blowouts.
Hmm.
So it's like who's better? I guess that's why we're talking about it. Ideally, it should be the 2 seed that's better, but their half court offense is a complete travesty. Looked a little bit better last night, but I still wasn't like convinced. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I was really shown a whole lot. Yes,
I
they
do
did win,
think.
but
Go ahead. I do think that the Rockets will win this series in 6 games. That's if Jimmy comes back.
dude, to
Dude,
me, I see it going 7.
I could see it ending 6 or 7, like you guys said, but man, that Jimmy Butler injury, like watching him fall that hard, and especially on your tailbone, dude, I could not imagine that pain. I'm like, there's no way I would have. I did he shoot free throws after that? I can't remember. Me and Miles were
No.
talking about someone who got injured and then they
Did he?
shot free throws. Oh, that was Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Porzingis who
Okay.
got his head split open.
Yeah,
when he
no.
they knocked off his horn. The unicorn lost his horn.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
wait, that's actually fire.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
get that
sick.
from somewhere? Be honest.
I did. I saw it on IG somewhere. I think one of the announcers might have said it. Actually, they're like, they knocked his horn off, or
Damn.
like I saw it somewhere. But like in my years of playing basketball, I've fallen flat on my back from getting like my legs knocked out from under me. That's what happens when you play with people that don't know how to play. They just don't understand like the stuff you're not supposed to do. Anyways, I've never fallen on my tailbone. I've fallen like middle back and upper back flat on, and that killed me. I couldn't imagine what it feels like to fall on your tailbone from that height.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
got to be
mean,
so much worse.
6 inches off the ground versus a couple, probably 3 feet for Jimmy Butler. Big difference there.
I jumped from the free throw line. That fall is the
uh,
reason I can't do it anymore. Hey, you've seen me dunk on concrete, so I'm a real dunker. You're seeing those people. I can only dunk indoors, man.
yeah, that's a good point. My thing was last night, like, hear me out, okay? I know everyone wants to take take the Warriors because it's like, they did it in 2022. No one expected it. But there was a point last night where they had Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, Moses Moody, Pat Spencer, and Kevon Looney on the floor.
You
I
said
think you
Looney
said
twice.
Lou twice. Yeah, I was just about to
Oh, did I
say.
say Looney twice? Oh, sorry. I meant throw in Guy Santos. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Guy Santos, Looney, Draymond, Pat Spencer, and whoever else. I don't remember the lineup. You heard the lineup the
Draymond.
first time. And Draymond, I don't even know, dude. Now you guys got me in my head. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Those five players were on the court at once. And you're going to try to sit here and convince me that they could beat the Rockets. It's just not happening.
Dude, Moody
Like,
played with Cade and them. What do you mean?
he did play with Cade and them. And Scotty. Was
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes on that
Barnes
Montverde team?
Barnes was on that team. It was Barnes, Moody, Cade, and whoever else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember watching that and I turned away for a bit and then I paid attention back to the game and I thought I was watching the Santa Cruz Warriors play.
Like, Pat Spencer is getting minutes. I'm sorry, but this is like I Pat Spencer actually had a really good great game. Let me give him his props because
Yeah, didn't he
he did
outscore
play
the
very
Warriors?
well.
Like, or not outscore the Warriors, but I think he led them in points, right?
He shot very efficiently. I'm pulling up the box score just so I could actually tell you what it was.
Oh, he had 11
Um,
points, 5 for
yeah,
7.
he 5 for 7. Yeah, he played very well. Um, but that's the thing, bro. Like, Pat Spencer is playing minutes for the Golden State Warriors. I get that like Pods is hurt and like your guard rotation is, it's next man up, but I mean, come on. Anyway, moving on. Amon Thompson might just be an all NBA player in 3 years, and I truly stand by that. Amon Thompson is such a difference maker on both ends of the floor. I honestly don't think Jabari Smith Jr. will ever start again. I think it's going to be permanently Amon Thompson from here on out.
Jabari Smith Jr. might be the one they don't pay and shoot away when the time comes.
It would make sense. He would be a good piece to package in the Kevin Durant deal. Now that Kevin Durant is essentially getting his ticket punched to Houston this summer, I
Or be
think Jabari
honest.
Smith Jr. is going to be the first one to go. To go. My voice cracked horribly there.
Yeah. I mean, Miles, you were talking about like Tari Eason is like not a skilled NBA player at all. Just like watching how he dribbles down the court, he struggled a little bit dribbling the ball down the court on a fast break. It was kind of
Yeah.
concerning.
Modern
But
day
he
Tony
affects
Allen.
the but he affects the game like really well for them. Hit a three,
Yeah.
super active on defense. Skill is not there, but it doesn't have to be. They have people for
Mhm.
that. Yeah, Jabari Smith Jr. He like he might lose some minutes here in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I
And he
saw him get
has.
I saw him get blown by a couple times, and I was like, dude, like yeah, it's no, like you're too young to be getting blown by like that. You should be a defensive menace at that
Yeah.
age. He
I
was
saw
third
Curry
pick, fourth pick, whatever he was.
I saw Curry get into his body one play and shoot like a step back jumper on him, like a mid-range baseline jumper. And I was like, first of all, you're so much bigger and stronger than Steph Curry. How are you letting Curry get into your body? That's first thing. Second of all, he didn't even create that much space and he still got a shot over Jabari Smith Jr. I get it, it's Steph Curry's one of the greatest players ever, but like, bro, Steph Curry's what, 6'3"? Jabari Smith is what 6'11", 6'10"? It's like,
Big as hell.
how did you get pushed by Steph Curry and then also get a shot over you? Like you just have to be better. I'm cherry picking one play, but that is a play I remember watching. But let's talk about the difference in Jalen Green from game one to game two. Game one, 7 points, absolute stinker, 3 for 15 from the field. Horrible. This is the Jalen Green experience after all. Game two though, absolutely flip the switch. 38 points, 13 for 25 shooting, 8 3-pointers made. Dude, if he's gonna make 8 threes in a game, he also shot 18. He shot 18 threes. That's a lot of threes, bro. That's like we think like just for reference of some we've already talked about, Jalen Brunson shot 27 shots total. Jalen Green took 18 threes. That's kind of crazy, bro.
I mean, the comparison to game one and game two, we've talked about this for years. Sounds like Jalen Green. Inconsistency is his like biggest weakness and like always has been. Granted, I'm giving a lot of people the benefit of the doubt today, the young guys. First playoff game ever, first decent NBA team he's ever been a part of. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll see how game three goes for him in enemy territory. That's what matters. But man, if he can this dude could become the first option for the Rockets team. Him and Şengün were drafted in the same class. I feel like people don't really realize that. And then up until this point, Şengün has been the best player. And he's played great so far in this series. He had 26 and 9 game one and 17 and 16 in game two. Didn't really need to score a whole lot because Jalen Green decided to do that game two. If they can find a way
as well,
if they can find a way to do that together, which I feel like they never have yet, they could be a dangerous duo.
That's true.
I think the thing that you hit on, or you guys said that was right, was Jalen Green is never consistent. He's always like, we'll have a couple good games in a row and then just have stinkers and then the cycle continues. But man, when he's hot and he gets hot in those games, it's really fun to watch him play. Bro is super athletic. And we even seen him, I think he had a crazy dunk last night too. Can't remember. But dude, he is just so fun watching him play.
Yeah, he also put Cade Cunningham, the GMLB poster child, on an absolute poster earlier this season. So,
dude, if we get a Rockets Pistons finals matchup in a couple years, that'd be so sick. That'd be such a story.
Yeah.
Like the 1 and 2 picks in the same class meet in the finals.
Do they not like each other in real life?
People say, I think they just have like that competitive like nature to each other whenever like they play each other.
Yeah.
Because like they were in the same class, 1 and 2, who was really better.
I saw that. Have you guys seen that clip of them at Team USA where Cade like dunks and then like hits Jalen Green, like smacks him in the face coming back up the court? Have you seen that?
I have seen that. I don't think they actually had beef again. I think it's just two competitive dudes that were in the same class.
Have you guys
but if they did, that'd be nice.
Have you seen the clip of Cade? I think it was at All-Star Weekend. He was like on a panel with Kenny the Jet and then a couple other people. Can't remember exactly who was all there, but they asked him about the beef between him and Jalen Green.
What did you say?
Basically, the same thing you guys said. It's just they've been competitive and stuff like that, brought up in the same class.
I thought it was funny. He goes to ask him about the beef, and then he stared at us for 3 seconds.
Well, I didn't know.
What did he say?
I was just asking you guys if you guys seen it.
No. I did not see that, but that's interesting. They need the beef. The league needs that. Cade and Jalen Green need the beef, and Zion and Ant Edwards need the beef.
That beef is already won, bro. We already know who's better.
Why does Zion and Ant?
Because they were trash talking each other one game, and it like was entertaining. Because Zion like got pissed, and he was like walking down the court. He's like, how he walks hard as hell, he's like this, and it was like just like really funny.
One thing I've noticed. Go ahead.
It's super off topic and doesn't matter, but it was just like Zion was like walking in the tunnel before the game, and he had his pregame fit on, walking hard as hell, and his chain was swinging so hard. And I went immediately to the comment section. They were like, "Bro's walking so damn hard, his chain's flying all over the place." Then I went back and I couldn't stop watching the video. I was laughing so hard, dude. I turned purple.
I guess the one thing I've observed from a coaching standpoint is Ime has really cut down on the rotation for the playoffs. He's only going 8 guys deep. Last game he played more guys, but it was five guys who were just in for garbage time. So obviously that's not going to count. Outside of the starters, which now include Amon Thompson, they're only going Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason, and Steven Adams. That's the deepest they're going in their rotation. So I'm starting to think that going deeper into these playoffs, if one player gets hurt, that's true damage to their lineup there. And looking at the guys who aren't playing, Jayshawn Tate, Jeff Green, Cam Whitmore, Jock Landale, Aaron Holiday, Reed Shepard. It's like these guys really aren't playoff contributors. Um, so truthfully, this team really isn't that deep. Uh, if Steve Kerr can adjust and like really take, let's say they could take Fred VanVleet out of the game, right? Who are you going to go to? And they kind of did. I mean, he shot 4 for 19 in game one. Game two, he only had 7 points, only took 8 shots. They've taken him out of the game. Um, who's going to come back in and back him up? They don't have a second point guard. So, oh,
They drafted Reed Shepard for.
That's what I was just about to say. They're gonna roll out Reed Shepard.
It's time.
dude,
It's
if I saw Reed Shepard on the court, that must mean the Warriors are winning by at least 25 points.
It's just so crazy because, dude, in summer league, and yeah, I know it's summer league. I get it. He looked so good for them,
Yeah.
but like I thought he was gonna have a pretty good season, and then I actually like haven't seen him play at all. But
I still think it's crazy. He has like a 44-inch vertical or something.
that
He
is
has like an
pretty crazy.
insane vertical leap. He was the best in the class this year for vertical leap.
really
Wild.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy,
white
and he's
man
like
can do
short
it.
too. Not short, but like short for the league. I
He
know
has
he's
a
not a.
mustache.
I know he's not like a backup point guard, but like this is where we need to see Jabari Smith take that jump. Get to the
Yeah.
next level you were supposed to hit last season.
More like 2 seasons ago. This dude has been the same player every season.
I
Honestly,
know.
maybe regressed a little bit.
It's like I don't think he's regressed, but like no improvement basically like is regression.
Yeah.
Staying at the same level, it's like no, like everyone's getting better but you. What's wrong here?
Yeah, dude. And he was my favorite prospect. I know he was in the class with that was Paolo's draft, right?
Paulo and Chet, yeah.
Paolo and Chet. So like obviously I was wrong, but going into that draft, I really wanted Jabari Smith Jr. to go first.
Do you
And
guys
go ahead.
do you guys think it's where he's at though? Do you think it's Houston, or do you think if he went to another team he wouldn't improve at all?
I don't think it's a I don't think it's a symptom of the team he's on, to be honest. I mean, doesn't really look confident. His personal numbers haven't gotten better. I mean, on a team that is good and has a good coach, you should be playing well.
Plus,
Like
like
I
all he does is shoot threes.
Yeah, like I don't really like the argument of like, oh, it's the team he's on, unless it's like a bad franchise that has like bad coaching, bad player development, all that stuff. He's on a good team with a great coach, and no improvement has shown.
I mean, but like look at the team. Like who's supposed to be outplaying him? Like you can't be better than Dylan Brooks. You can't be better than Fred Van Fleet at this day and age.
Yeah, like this dude was
Like
the third pick. In most drafts, he probably would have been the first pick.
like I think of
You
it
said
as
Paulo and
like
Chet.
Amon Thompson was drafted at the same exact like pick, right? He was picked third,
He was like
right?
fifth, or fourth.
Amon was four. Oh yeah, because it was Brandon Miller, Scoot, then him. So he was fourth. So he was the same pick, and he's already played his way into the starting lineup, and it's like looking like a star already. So
Yeah,
it's like Jabari Smith has had his opportunities, and their front court depth isn't like he's not. It's it's Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr. and like Dylan Brooks is kind of their forward rotation.
he's
So
more skilled
like
than both those guys.
so like there's kind of no reason he shouldn't get opportunities. I just
Yeah,
find it super interesting that like he's just getting outplayed. Like Tari Eason, Where did he come from? Why are you getting outplayed by Tari Eason? There's no reason
Yeah.
that should happen.
Like Tari Eason is not anywhere near as skilled as Jabari Smith. And like Amen Thompson came from overtime elite. For Christ's sake, people forget that. Like the fact that this dude is where he is right now, coming from overtime elite, is absolutely wild. Like
Yeah,
Jabari Smith came from Auburn when they were a 1 seed that year. I think they were actually the 1 seed. They
he
lost
was the
like
best
2 games.
player.
Like yeah, I don't know. It's wild. He's not taking advantage of his opportunity. It's not going well.
We'll see how he could play on Phoenix. Pair him up with Ryan Dunn. We might have a superstar on our hands.
I like how we've already like written his will that like KD's going to the Rockets.
It only makes sense.
And Jabari Smith is the one that's gone.
Yeah.
It will be him. It's like when Donovan Mitchell said the immaturity thing and we automatically assumed it was Karis LeVert.
I really
Same
hope they
energy.
don't give up Dylan Brooks, though. I really hope Dylan Brooks stays on the Rockets. He fits their
I,
culture so well.
I don't think they'd give up Dylan Brooks. I feel like Phoenix wouldn't want him. They got a lot of young prospects that they can give up.
Yeah.
Obviously, Amen's not going anywhere, but Jabari Smith is definitely the first name on the board.
I think if they can win, who do they play if they win this series? Who's the next matchup for them?
They would play. 1 second. They would play Lakers or Timberwolves.
Okay. So if they can win 2 series, which I think is very possible, I think they could beat the Lakers or the Timberwolves. It's going
Yeah,
to be
they
tough,
can.
but I think they can do it. If they win 2 series and go to the conference finals, I think you pull the trigger and trade Jabari Smith Jr., Reed Shepard, and a pick for Kevin Durant, and you just go all in.
It would maybe
I
cost
don't
two
think
or
they're
three
losing
picks.
anything from. I don't think they're losing anything from that trade. To be honest, like I don't. I really don't think that trade's much of a risk for Houston.
No.
That's why I'm saying like because if they don't make it far this year, it's like okay, let's develop our pieces a little more. We're still so young, but if they do make it that far and they're right there and they just need that one piece, like forget the pieces. Let's go get the guy that we need to go to the finals. You know what I mean?
That's true. Honestly, dude, I would argue that they're damn near right there. The guys that they need to develop aren't going to be the guys that they give up. This team's the 2 seed. They won 52 games this year. Saying they're right there might be a little bit of a stretch, but like you guys
Yeah.
are the 2 seed. The defense
Mhm.
is there. The team is there. What you guys are lacking is just scoring the freaking ball and the half
Yeah.
court offense, which KD can help with tremendously. Doesn't have to be
Yeah.
the guy. He won't be the guy, but it's KD.
Yeah. KD is a third option as a championship team.
That's so wild.
That's what he needs to do, man. This first option stuff ain't it.
No,
Hasn't been it for some time.
he will be the third option. I feel like he wouldn't mind that. It's like, hey, dude, we're not asking you to be like Kevin Durant here. Just hoop.
It would be
Yeah,
kind of
just
like
go score.
Bron and the Lakers. How he's more like the third option right now. Or
LeBron?
no, I mean that was a couple. Yeah, never mind. I'm tripping.
You are tripping.
You're tripping hard.
Yeah, I was
I would
thinking
argue
of a
LeBron is the first option right now, still.
I was thinking of a different thing. Never mind.
What were you thinking of? When was LeBron ever the third option?
Never mind. I was tripping hard.
Team USA.
Was he
Paris
though? I
Olympics.
feel like he was the first option there too.
Yeah, I feel like it was probably Curry.
GMLB family, we thank you all for being here. Um, as always, if you want to watch the full podcast, there's the thumbs up from Kevin. If you want to watch the full podcast, we are available on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube for our full episodes. If you want to view clips and interactive games we play, we are on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, and Snapchat Reels. You can find us on any of those platforms. Links in description and on the channel. As always, we do have our second channel, just called Good Morning Let's Basketball. This is the podcast. The other one is the channel for retrospectives and short videos. We're trying to grow it a lot. Hop over to the community tab and maybe click a link, check out some videos on that channel, subscribe. And we thank you for the growth recently. If you want to email the show, gmlbfans@gmail.com. We read all emails on the show. Haven't gotten an email in a while. I might have to start plugging that at the beginning again, since we're getting the shorts viewers coming to the YouTube pod now. So, all right, GMLB family, we'll catch you in the next one. And with that being said, we're out of here. Deuces.